All right, everyone. Good morning and welcome in. My name is Alexis Miller, and I am one of the yoga instructors here in Yoga for Caregivers. This is our weekly stretch session where we focus on getting into our bodies, stretching ourselves out, getting us ready for the rest of our day and the rest of our week. So, as we move through our practice today, let's keep in mind our boundaries and notice where are you ready to extend into postures? Where do you need to modify and come down to the mat? Or perhaps find a center posture. Also, keep in mind, I don't often cue water. So, if and when you feel thirsty, please feel free to step back, grab a drink, and then join us when you feel ready. So, with all of that being said, let's come into a comfortable seat, whether our legs are crossed or they're straight out in front of us. We're going to wiggle back and forth, rooting into the sits bones, and then we'll sit up nice and tall. We're going to inhale as we draw our shoulders forward and up, exhale as we drop them back and down. One more time. Inhale, the shoulders come forward and up. Exhale as they come back and down. Bringing your hands into a comfortable position, whether on your knees, palms up or down, or in your lap. Gently closing the eyes if that feels comfortable for you, or just finding an unmoving point and softening your gaze here today. This year, inspiration for our classes is drawn from the Native American medicine wheel based on Sun Bear's vision. The medicine wheel teaches us about movement and change and offers us insight that will help us learn and grow. The flicker phase of the year happens under the strong sun moon. Once again, nature reveals the name of this moon. As we move deep into summer, the days grow long and the earth grows tall. Personally, this means we start to come into the new habits and traits that we cultivated earlier in the year. We practice them honestly and often, each day taking more steps toward living the life we truly want to live. As you move through practice, I invite you to notice what healthy habits or traits are present in your life now. Let that energy carry you through practice. So, settling in, taking a deep inhale through your nose, filling your belly, lungs, and chest with air. And then slowly exhale that breath back out. Take a deep inhale, fill your belly, lungs, and chest with air. And then slowly exhale that breath back out. Take another deep inhale here as you feel the belly swelling outward, filling completely full of air. And then exhale as you draw the belly button in toward your spine. Inhale as you feel your torso expand, your collarbones gently lift. And then exhale as you feel your shoulders release down and away from your ears. Inhaling air in your nose, down your throat, filling your lungs. And then exhale, releasing that air out of the lungs, up the throat, and out the nose. Continue to breathe deeply here, inhaling and exhaling with intention, really noticing the movements of the breath. And if you've been practicing for a while, feel into that healthy habit that you've cultivated of being present, of sitting still, of tuning into your breath. But even the strongest habits sometimes are not as strong as we'd like. They're easier to stray away from at time to time. So if you notice that your mind has strayed, the thought, noise, physical sensation catches its attention, simply draw your focus back to your breath, back to your inhales and exhales. Now, if it makes sense for you, perhaps incorporating a mantra here to help you stay grounded and focused. Inhale, I am. Exhale, healthy. Inhale, I am. Exhale, healthy. Remaining here with your breath in whatever way best supports you for just a few more moments here today. Taking another deep inhale here, setting an intention or a purpose for your practice today, which really can be anything at all, but often answers the question, why did I get on my mat? Take another deep inhale here, feel the intention with the heart and mind. And then exhale that breath out, set the intention off to the side, knowing we'll return to it toward the end of our practice. Lovely. Let's go ahead and come onto our hands and knees. So if you're using a prop, go ahead and set that off to the side. We're going to bring our hands beneath our shoulders, our knees beneath our hips, and then the tops of the feet are going to come onto the floor. Inhale, let's sink the belly, lift the head and the hips coming into cow. And then exhale, press the mat away, feel the shoulder blades separate, coming into cat. Inhale into cow as you arch the back, look up toward the sky. Exhale into cat as you hollow out the back and belly, coming into cat. Good. Inhale into cow. Feel the shoulder blades squeeze together, hips rotate upward. And then exhale into cat as the shoulder blades separate now, and you feel the chest and pelvis move toward one another. Last round, inhaling into cow. Exhaling into cat. And then inhale back into neutral. Nice work. When you're ready, on the next inhale, let's tuck the toes. On the exhale, let's lift our hips coming into a down dog. Now, this may be the first down dog of our day or week. So let's go ahead and walk our dog. Bend one knee and then the other, opening up the backs of our legs here. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose as you pedal out those feet. Exhale, let that breath go. One more deep inhale. And then exhale, find yourself into stillness. So grounding into down dog, all 10 pads of your fingers are gently gripping the mat. Your head is between your arms, your gaze is toward your toes. Shrug your shoulders down onto your back. Press your heels toward the floor. Press your chest toward the thighs. Good. Feel a gentle arch in the back here. Feel a pull through the hamstrings and into the hips. Take a nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. Nice deep inhale. And then exhale, go ahead. Let's drop down onto the knees here. Now, we're going to take our right foot and leaving the knee where it is, we're going to kick the foot out to the side. Okay, so it's just this little hinge motion. All right. And then we're actually going to extend our left foot straight out behind us, ball of the foot on the mat. Now, shifting your weight into your right knee and your right hand, turn your left heel down. And then inhale, sweep tall with your left arm. So we're in modified star here. Now, bring on the inhale that bicep over the ear, coming into this beautiful full body side stretch. So as you reach through the fingers, curving them down to the mat above your head, root into your left heel. Feel that pull through the outside of the leg, into the hips, through the side body, all the way through the arm, and then reaching down toward the mat. Right elbow stays slightly soft. It's so tempting to lock it out here, but avoid doing that, taking care of that joint, staying strong through your right knee. Breathing. Inhale. Exhale, go ahead and lower down to the mat. Drop that top hand and knee down. Shake out that right hand as you need. And then we're coming on to the opposite side here. So this time we're kicking our left foot out to the side. So again, notice it's that hinge action here. And then taking your right foot, extending it out behind you. Turn your back heel down as your weight shifts into your left hand and left knee. And then we inhale, sweep tall with that right arm, reach toward the sky. So we're in modified star. Notice the stacking of the shoulders, stacking of the hips here. And then exhale, bring that bicep over the ear as you reach through those top fingers. Gorgeous full side body stretch. So fingers curve down toward the floor. Feel the pull through the arm, through the side body, through that leg, all the way to the heel, and then really root into that right heel here. Good. Wherever you are, let's take a couple deep breaths here together, keeping a slight bend in that left elbow so we're not blocking out the joint. And then inhale, top hand and knee, come back down to the mat here. Really nice work. Now, we're going to take our hands and we're going to extend them straight out in front of us. Now, if you don't have blocks, this is going to be your posture here. So arms are straight out in front of us. Hips are lifted. We're on the knees. We're creating that nice 90-degree angle with our legs. And then exhale, we sink the torso down, maybe sliding those hands forward just a little bit more, coming into puppy pose. So chin or forehead is resting down on the mat. We're pressing the chest down, feeling that pull in through the shoulders, through the upper back, into that heart space there, and then the nice deep arch in the spine. Now, if this is not accessible for you and you have blocks or you have a steady surface like a counter, you can take those blocks, bring them about hip, shoulder width distance apart, lower down onto the triceps, the back of the arms here, and then sink your chest down to the floor. Again, keeping that nice 90-degree angle with your legs, so adjusting as you need. And then breathing. Noticing here how it feels. All right. Inhale, we press into the back of the arms here, coming up on either to the forearms if you're not using blocks or back onto the hands. Stepping any props aside that you're using, coming down onto your belly here. Okay. Now we're actually going to lower right down onto the chest, extending our legs straight out behind us, and then bring your arms out to a T. Bring your right or left cheek down to the mat. I'm going to bring my head to a block so it doesn't affect my mic and I can still see you. Okay. So arms are out at a T. Take the right hand, bring it beneath the shoulder, elbow sticks up in the air. Bend the right knee so the foot sticks up in the air. And then exhale, roll onto your left side. Leave that left arm extended, right leg where it is. Drop that sole of the foot down to the floor. Good. So you notice now my foot is on the outside of my leg. That knee can fold open or close depending on how deep of a stretch you want in your spine. Right arm can stay where it is, or you can slide it along the low back here for a nice opener through the top shoulder. We're feeling an opening through our heart center and especially in that left shoulder. And this is our 8-point shoulder stretch. Your head is either on a prop like a block or it's resting down on the mat. We're not holding it in midair, okay? No straining of our neck. So let's take a couple deep breaths here together. Nice work, folks. Release that right arm. If it's wrapped around behind you, go ahead, roll onto your bellies. We're going to switch sides. I'm going to face away so you can see the back side of this posture, okay? So right cheek comes down to the mat here. Arms are out at a T. Bring your left hand beneath the shoulder. Elbow sticks up in the air. Bring your left foot up into the air, bending at the knee. And then on the exhale, roll onto your right side. So notice how my right arm stays right where it is. And I bring the sole of my foot to the outside of my left or right leg this time. Good. 8-point shoulder stretch. So you notice the sole of my foot is grounded down onto the floor. This knee can either close or open depending on how much of a stretch I feel like I need right here. Left hand can stay on the mat, or you can rest it along the low back like this, noticing what is right for you. And then feeling a deep stretch in that right shoulder and through the heart center here. Again, side of the head is either on a prop like a block, or it's resting down on the mat. We don't want to strain the neck. And then let's breathe here together. All right, inhale, release that left arm if it's wrapped around behind you. Go ahead, let's come down onto our bellies here. Good. Hands beneath the shoulders. We're going to inhale, come on up into a neutral position here. And we're actually going to come down onto our back. So if your feet tend to get cold, now's a good moment to put on some socks. You can also grab a drink of water. We're not going to set up for the rest of our practice today. Okay. So coming down onto your back here, tucking the knees into the chest. This is a little release for the back. We just did some really nice twists here. So we just want to give our back the chance to release. Maybe rocking from side to side if that feels good. Again, noticing what does your body call for? What does it need? Good. Coming into stillness, we're going to drop that left foot down to the floor and then bring the outside of the right ankle across, creating a figure four position with the legs. Okay. We're then going to inhale, press that knee away with the hand. Now you can stay right here. Option is lift the left leg, create that nice 90-degree angle here, continue to press that right knee away. Option is to take those hands, interlace them behind the leg, draw the legs in as you use the right elbow to press the right knee away. Now notice though your legs start to lift off to the right. If they do, square the hips with the sky, trying to keep that nice deep alignment here. So we're getting the fullness out of this stretch. Let's take a couple deep breaths. Good. If your hands are interlaced behind the thigh, release them, bring the arms out to a T, and then allow the legs right in this figure four to fall over to the left here. So side of the left leg comes down to the mat, right knee sticks in the air, and right foot rests down on the mat, touching the knee there on the outside of the ankle. So now we're getting a nice deep stretch to the outside of that IT band, even deeper into a different part of the hip capsule. So as you come into this position, gaze can stay toward the ceiling. You can turn the gaze over to the right, bringing that twist in the spine all the way up to the neck. Notice what feels right for you here. Let's take a couple deep breaths together. Oh, big yawn if you've got a yawn. Nice work. We inhale, press into that left elbow, bring the legs back up into center. Extend your right leg straight toward the sky, extend the left leg out to the end of the mat. So we're creating a nice L with our legs here. Now, hands can come to the thigh, to the shin, or if it's accessible, the foot, just not your knee joint, okay? And then exhale, keeping that leg straight, draw that leg in toward the body. Ooh, getting that nice hamstring stretch here. If, as you draw the leg closer, you're able to reach the foot, you're welcome to do so, but it's an option, not a requirement. So notice what feels right for you. Keeping that left leg extended, foot gently flexed here, low back engaged with the mat, shoulders shrugged down. You notice I caught myself too. Let's take a couple deep breaths. And then inhale, bend that right knee, drop that foot down, come back into our neutral position, knees in little mountains. Switching sides. So left ankle comes over that right knee. Good, creating that figure four. Options are to stay here, pressing into that left knee with the left hand. Option, lift the legs, create the nice 90-degree angle here. Press the left knee away. Option, hands interlace behind the thigh, draw the leg in toward your body, press the elbow away. You can rest here. Wherever you find yourself taking a deep breath, noticing are you lifting off to the left? If you are, align those hips, square them with the sky here. So we're getting that nice deep stretch in the left hip. Let's breathe. Good. Inhale, release the legs if the hands are holding him here. Arms out to a T. This time, exhale, legs fall over to the right just as they are. So notice as they lower down as one unit. So side of the right leg comes to the mat. Sole of the left foot on the floor. It's touching the knee still. Left knee sticks up in the air. Now we've got a nice deep stretch to the outside of that left leg and into that hip capsule. Notice again, does the gaze want to stay toward the sky, or perhaps this time it turns over to the left? Notice what feels right for your body. Let's take a couple deep breaths here together. All right, inhale, press into that right elbow, bring the legs back up into center here. Extend your right leg long, and then inhale, extend the left leg toward the sky, creating that L. Once again, hands either behind the thigh or behind the shin. Inhale. And then on the exhale, draw that leg toward your body. Maybe your foot is able to hike up the leg, or hands are able to hike up the leg, even grasping the foot. Notice what's accessible. There's no wrong answer, keeping that leg as straight as you can. And then the right leg is still extended out, foot is flexed, and our back is engaged with the mat here. Good. Shoulders shrug down. Let's breathe. Inhale. We release that leg lower all the way down to the end of the mat. Arms come down to your sides. Getting ready for final relaxation. Maybe your arms and legs are extended, feet rolling open here. You could also pull one foot in for fallen tree. You could pull both feet in for a recline bound angle, or you could bring soles of the feet back to the floor, knees up in little mountains for this other traditional kind of final relaxation, especially if you have low back issues. You're also welcome to lay on your side or your belly, or you can just come back into a seated position if you prefer and treat the final part of practice like a seated meditation. It's completely up to you, whatever you choose. So just finding that position that feels comfortable, allowing yourself to settle in. Excuse me. And as you do, taking a moment here, tuning into the breath, beginning to notice how fast or slow your breath has become, how deep or shallow. Noticing the quality of each breath on your inhale, the quality of each breath on your exhale. Feeling into the gentle rise and fall of your belly, gentle rise and fall of your chest. Allowing yourself just to tune in and to be fully present here. And again, notice the growth that you've gone through. Notice the habits that you're in. Allow yourself to lean back and simply rest. You've worked to this point. You deserve this break. And if your mind wanders off, it's okay. Come on back to the breath. Return to inhaling and exhaling. Now, if it makes sense for you, coming back to our mantra to help you stay grounded and focused. Inhale, I am. Exhale, healthy. Inhale, I am. Exhale, healthy. Remaining here with your breath in whatever way best supports you for just a few more moments here today. I'm going to get quiet for this final part of practice so you can have it to yourself. Please know that I am watching the time and I respect yours, and I will let you out of this posture before the end of practice. So leaning back, letting go, just resting right here with your breath. We are here to awaken from the illusion of our separateness, bringing your awareness back to this space, taking a deep inhale through your nose, filling your belly, lungs, and chest with air before slowly exhaling the breath back out. Taking another deep inhale as you begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Move your arms and legs, gently waking your body up. When it feels right for you, roll onto one side. Pause there with an arm or a hand beneath your head. It's here that I invite you to bring back to mind your intention or purpose that you set at the beginning of your practice that answered the question, why did I get on my mat? Taking a nice deep inhale here, make your way on up into a seated position as we close out our practice together today. So find that comfortable seat, root into the sits bones, sit up nice and tall. Inhale, the shoulders come forward and up. Exhale, they drop back and down. Hands find that comfortable position, whether on the knees, in the lap, or at heart center. Closing the eyes if you'd like. We take a moment to express gratitude for yet another lovely day here on earth and for our bodies that allow us to do so many things, including yoga. Thank you all so much for allowing me to guide you through this practice today. It was a joy and an honor, and I hope to be able to do so again in the future. The light in me, it sees the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me here in Yoga for Caregivers for this weekly stretch session. Again, my name is Alexis Miller. You can find me here every Wednesday at 9 a.m. So make sure to mark your calendars and set your alarms. Yoga for Caregivers is on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So make sure to like, follow, and share. And if you ever have any questions, you can always ask in the comments, and someone at the Yoga for Caregivers team or me will get back to you. So thank you so much for joining me for this practice today, and I hope to see you in another one. Have a wonderful rest of your week. I'll see you next time. Bye.